Rich men do not need you for your car.
Knew the code, but I would not pay. Didn't you know? Didn't you know?
Hello, and welcome back to the channel. So, today we're going to be talking about cars. Yes, cars. More specifically, why women's cars do not impress rich men or men of means. Okay. So, why this conversation? Well, because I've been dreaming about cars a lot lately. And I know those dreams are, supposed to represent freedom because that's what driving dreams are supposed to represent, freedom. And I know the reason for that. So, yeah, so I've been thinking about cars. So, the day has come for me to have this conversation. So, and usually there are dreams where I'm driving and I don't know where I'm going, or I do know where I'm going. And I wonder, should I keep going? Should I turn back? Or just like things happen in a dream. And I usually go rogue or yeah, it's just weird dreams. And of course, sometimes there are nightmares where my car is missing, or I'm wondering what happened to my car. Okay. So, this is why we're having this conversation because the day has come to talk about cars. Okay. So, now when I say why rich men do not care about the cars of women, I do not mean that only cars that women drive because women can drive any cars, okay? As long as they can or as long as they want to. So, I mean like the car that a woman owns, okay? So, why are rich men not impressed by women's cars? I mean, let's start here. Here's a question. Does a woman need a lavish, extravagant, or flashy, or even a luxury car to attract or get a rich man? No, she doesn't. A woman actually doesn't even need a car to get a rich man. Because if she's with a rich man long enough, the rich man can get her a car. And if she is driving a raggedy car, or rickety, raggedy car, she won't be in that raggedy car for too long because the rich man can get her a new car or even another car. Okay. So she doesn't need to impress a man with her car because that's not what women flaunt. Women do not flaunt their cars, their money, jewelry, whatever. It is actually men who flaunt their cars, their, money and all that. Okay. And really, if a man is too interested in a woman's car, what kind of car she's driving, is it luxury? Is it extravagant? Is it this? Is it that? Then that man is probably broke. Okay. He's not rich. And also, if he's too interested in a woman's car or, or what have you, then he's really not that interested in the woman. Okay, because really a rich man is not going to need to borrow your car, or he's not going to um borrow your car while you're at work or whatever. A rich man will have his own luxury car, he will have his own cars or what have you, so he doesn't need you for that. Okay, yeah, he doesn't. And if a man wants you, I mean, if you have to impress a man with your car, if that's what you need to impress a man with, if that's what a woman needs to impress a man with, then hey, maybe she should look at herself. No, I'm just kidding. Not like that. Maybe she should reevaluate some things. So, yeah, pretty much a rich man will not be impressed by a woman's car. Because when you think about it, why do women have cars? I mean, why do women drive cars? It's because a car is a mode of transportation that offers freedom, freedom. It's so a woman can go where she needs to go without having to rely on other people or without having to wait on other people, and she can drive back when she needs to. Like if she's somewhere where she wants to, like if she's at a party, an event or gathering or whatever, she can decide, well, she wants to leave. Okay. So she can just get in her car and drive away. You see, it's for the freedom that the car offers. Okay. It's really not to impress people, it's not to impress um, men, rich men, or in between men. Okay. So it's actually men who have to impress women with their cars. Okay. He needs to impress you with his car. You don't need to impress him with your car. You don't need to be stressed out, like get all worked up and, worried about impressing a man with your car ever. Okay. So if you want a luxury car or whatever, it should be for you to impress yourself. Okay. And if you don't have one, your car can just be like a regular car that is like comfortable, reliable, and clean. Okay. That's all you really need. You don't have to like be worked up and be stressed out over not having like a lavish, extravagant car. Okay. So think about this. Usually by now, a lot of people have seen the videos where these men, they're usually like trying to trick or trying to prank women with their cars. Like, say, for instance, they walk up to a woman or they approach a woman and then the woman rejects them. And then the woman says, no, thank you. And then the man walks away and he walks up to his car, like he goes to his car. And then suddenly the woman sees the car that he's going into, that he walked up to. And then the woman out of nowhere just changes her mind and says, oh, is this your car or whatever? And then suddenly she decides that that man is the man for her. And I'm thinking, really? That man could have been the driver. He's probably the valet, you know? So why are you suddenly deciding he's the man for you? I mean, he may not even be rich. Okay. So, and I'm thinking, you know what? It wouldn't happen the other way around. Like a man wouldn't reject a woman one moment and suddenly he sees the car she's driving into, and suddenly he decides that, oh, well, that's the woman for him. No, because it's not so much the car itself, it's the woman in the car. Okay. It's the woman driving the car. It's not the car. If a man wants you, he's not going to care what kind of car you're driving. The only time he would care what kind of car you're driving is if he bought you the car. Okay. Or if he wants to buy you a car. Yes, that's that. If he wants you badly enough, you don't even need a car. But if a woman wants a man, usually men need a car, So you see, women do not need to impress men with their cars. Rich men do not need you for your car, and usually they will not care about your car. But one more thing about the men trying to prank women with their cars. Usually those videos, they're not even real, because if they're not, those men are not even rich, because if they were men of means, like if they really if they were rich, then they wouldn't be wasting a woman's time, and they wouldn't even be wasting their time. They wouldn't even be wasting a woman's time doing that. Okay. Because they don't have to do that to a woman. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So I think I'll end it here. That's all I had to say without saying too much. I hope you've been inspired by this conversation. So be inspired. Bye. Thrive. It's mostly for freedom. Yes, freedom.